Hey guys, welcome back to Not Timmy 66. Today we're going to be talking lawn care again, and this time I want to talk a little bit about reliability. You'll love it. So, one of the main things that I've noticed in my short time, and believe me, I'm not Mr. Experienced on lawn care, but I can tell you one thing that I hear over and over and over and over again, and that is just people showing up, companies showing up to do the work. Which everybody understands, things happen, right? I mean, we get sick, especially if you're a solo operator. It happened to me last year. I had to work through having COVID twice and being generally sick, and it sucked. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do to keep the customer happy. I mean, we can talk all day long about mowing techniques, different mowers, making the yard look good, and all that is very important too. But if you're running a business, in my opinion, one of the main things that you probably should do more than anything else is do what you say you're going to do, right? And that includes showing up on time when they expect you. Lots of customers are pains in the ass. They really are. I think if they could get you out there with a pair of scissors to cut their yard, they would prefer it. I can't tell you guys though how many customers I've actually talked to that have said, they just can't keep a good lawn care company coming back. I don't know why. I don't understand that. But I think it all comes down to being able to time manage and being able to do what you say you're going to do if you take the business seriously, right? Which I do. And I've kept customers that way. I keep customers because I show up when I say I'm going to show up. I notify them the day before. I send them a little reminder text. Hey, I'm on my way to come mow your yard. Please make sure your back gate is unlocked, your pets are secured, and your yard is picked up and ready to mow. As a common courtesy and as a reminder to them, guess what? I'm on my way. Now, I have had customers that I've actually had to fire. Kind of feels good to say that sometimes, but actually it's kind of sad. I've had some customers that are just ridiculous. They have ridiculous demands. They ask for ridiculous things. But luckily, guys, if you're looking at starting a lawn care business, most of those folks are few, far, and in between. And guess what? If you don't like what they're wanting you to do, you don't have to do the job. So, customers can fire us. We can fire them as well if they're unreasonable. I don't make it a habit to try to fire customers, though. I'll try to work with people the best I can and explain to them what services I do offer and what I don't offer. But I've had to actually refund some money. I had one lady, I mowed her yard and everything. She said I didn't mow it. Are you kidding me? Really? So I just refunded her money and said, don't bother calling me back. It happens. But honestly, guys, if you can be reliable and show up when you say you're going to show up. I don't ever give a solid time frame, but I definitely give a day I'm going to show up. I also leave enough time in my schedule for rain days. If it's going to rain, guess what? I have an extra day that I can make up for that and still keep my weekends pretty much free. I mean, I'm going to go into other things like where I advertise, how I advertise, what I do. And what I did in my first year, which was successful, and some things I did that was not quite as successful. Some people have a higher internet presence than other people do. We can go into all that later. But once you get the job, one of the main things is showing a lot of people that you can be trusted to take care of their yard and do a good job every time. Be consistent and make sure that you are following through on what you say you're going to do. Think about it, man. It's like if you hired somebody to do a job and they didn't show up, how would you feel about them, right? I mean, that would kind of suck. So get yourself, if you're starting out, one of the free apps. What I use is I use Yardbook. And no, I'm not sponsored by Yardbook in any way, shape, or form, but Yardbook is great. It helps me generate invoices and estimates when I need to. It also has a great scheduling system where I can set folks up with reminders and keep myself well organized, because the better organized you look, the more professional you look, and really the more professional you are. Yeah, so I just want to make a quick little video about reliability, because that's what I hear so much from people, is that lawn services are not reliable. They don't show up, they don't do what they say they're going to do. But mainly, a lot of bad experiences that folks have is that the lawn guy will just stop coming, and then they're forced to call the lawn guy, and the lawn guy doesn't respond. He's disappeared off the face of the earth. And that gives the rest of us that are trying to do a really good job and build a business, well, let's just say a bad name. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. My little hot tip for today. I'm done mowing. It's a beautiful day. I've got the rest of the day. I think I'm going to go play some games, man. I'm going to go do some of the forest. If you haven't played the forest, you should try it. It's pretty fun. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. No matter what you do in life, always make it count. Keep mowing. Keep that grass growing. And no matter what you do, have a great day.